So recently I took you through the best cashback and reward debit and credit cards for the bulk of your spending. And this was in light of Chase Bank, which has been our top cashback card pick for a good number of years now, changing the rules on how you earn cashback. Rather than get the money back, that 1% on everything, it changed it to 1% on supermarket shopping, on petrol, and on everyday transport, which obviously wasn't great in the scheme of things because that really limits where you're going to earn that money. And as I shared in that other content, there are other cards which will give you that same 1%, if not close to it, not just on those core categories, but on everything else as well. And I still stand by getting one of these for the bulk of your spending because it will add up over time and really be a lovely little bit extra cash that you've got for spending as you wish. Whether you're getting cash back or getting points, it is a great thing to do and really simple and easy. But one of the things I mentioned, and this was in relation to all those cards, not just Chase, but some of those alternatives, the Santander Edge debit card, NatWest have a special supermarket focused cashback credit card, plus those general American Express or Barclaycard credit cards out there. There is a way that can beat all of those on your supermarket shopping, better than that 1% max you're going to get with many of those cards. And I'd only touched on it briefly in that content, but a number of you came back in the comments and said, can you tell us more about that? So that's what I'm going to do right now. I would take you through this other method, which could potentially get you 5% back on your supermarket shopping every time you do it. And because we all spend at the supermarket and potentially we all spend a lot of money at the supermarket, thanks to inflation and things just costing so much more there, that can really add up over the year. Potentially could be getting you a couple of £100 more than you would be getting with just using a cashback card, depending on the supermarket that you go to, of course. So what is this? Well, this is using a discounted gift card. Now, we all know what gift cards are. We've had them from, aunts and family members, and when you're leaving work for years and years and years, and we've had them and we've spent them. We've bought them for people probably as well, often when we're not quite sure what someone to get them for Christmas or their birthday. But we're all used to gift cards. But I think, although this method has been around for a good couple of years now, I still think a lot of people don't think about buying a gift card for themselves and using this gift card for their everyday spending. And the reason you do this, the benefit of doing this is for a good few years now, there have been a number of services that will give you cash back on the gift card. And again, that could be, say, for the supermarket shopping, could easily be up to 5%, at its lowest maybe around 2.5%. But even so, all better rates than you'd get with those cashback cards. That money sometimes is given in the form of cashback, depending on the method. Sometimes it's added on as a boost. So you buy a £50 gift card, but they actually give you an extra bit on top or something like that. So there are different ways that might work, but it all means you are saving on those supermarket purchases. Now, it isn't only restricted. This method isn't just about supermarkets, but I tend to only use it, or mainly only use it for grocery shopping for a couple of key reasons. And the biggest one of these for me comes to when you spend with a gift card, whether it's discounted or not. If the thing that you've bought, whether that's a jumper or maybe could be, a really expensive white goods, a fridge freezer, I don't know, a washing machine, a computer, something that could cost hundreds and hundreds of pounds, whatever it is, from small to something big, if it's not right, the jumper doesn't fit, the washing machine isn't quite right, whatever it might be, if you need to return it and you want a refund on it, rather than to exchange it for something else in store, if you want a refund, it will go back onto the gift card. Now, if you don't necessarily spend at those shops regularly, if you're not going to go back to them again and again and again, then you're stuck with, well, again, could be hundreds of pounds if it's a really big purchase as a gift card, and you can't do anything with that other than use it at that shop. So I don't like doing it for those reasons. And you've got to think, well, it's fine. Eventually, I will go back to Curry's or John Lewis or whoever it might be, where you've got this big, hefty refund on a gift card, but they all expire. And so you've got a certain amount of time to do this in. And we've all had this, I'm sure, in the past with general gift cards that have been given to us. We've kind of forgotten about them. They're at the back of the wallet. Now they're digital, hidden in the email. And you don't. And then you lose that money. So you've got to be really, really careful with them from that point of view. You also don't get that kind of consumer protection for things that cost more than £100 as well. So again, really important to use a credit card if you can for something that costs more than £100. So again, I wouldn't use a gift card for those particular reasons. But a supermarket, I mean, when do you take things back there? Maybe one or two small things you'd take back, but even if they gave you a refund as a gift card, You'll spend it again because you're going to go back to the supermarket again, if not this week, the following week, whatever it might be. So I think using this method for grocery shopping is pretty foolproof. It's rarely going to go wrong for you. Just don't forget about them if you end up with a few pennies left or whatever. Remember you've got it and remember to use it next time that you go. I don't use it exclusively for gift cards, for supermarkets. I have used them elsewhere. Just the other week, I used it at Ticketmaster for some concert tickets, but it's that same principle, isn't it? It's the idea of I'm buying something which I know I'm not going to return. So that's the thing up front. Make sure it's a shop you are going to use it in, that you're not going to refund it in, and it's not going to get expired. But do all that, and it's really, really simple. Now, there are a number of different apps and services that you can do this. The ones which will give you cash back on your spend, some of them will do it straight away. Some of them might do it in a couple of days. You might have to wait before you can access it. Some of them might have a threshold, a payout threshold before you can withdraw that. So when you're looking at the different services, you might want to stick with one for that reason, so you get to that threshold quicker. We have full reviews over these core ones over at becleverwithyourcash.com, so you can read more about those different apps in detail if you wish. But that's something to bear in mind, that cashback comes back and then you claim it back. They are the big ones here, I would say, are Jam Donut, Cheddar, Top Gift Cards, which is actually part of Top Cashback, and Hyperjar. There are new ones launching all the time, doing very, very similar things. So you might want to give them a go, see what's out there. A couple of others out there you might have heard of, services like Airtime and Sprive. You can buy them there as well. Airtime, the cashback you get there, it goes towards your mobile phone bill. Not all networks are on there though. And Sprive, that goes back to your overpaying your mortgage when you do this. Again, personally, I'd rather just have cashback that I can spend as I wish, where I wish. But that's how those ones work. Or if you generally use Quidco and Top Cashback anyway for your spending, don't forget you can earn that cashback on top of any other debit card or credit card spending if you're doing it online. When you get the cashback you've earned from your purchase and you go to claim that, go to cash that out, there's often also the option there to top it up, so you can get an extra boost on top. And that's often what I'll do in my payouts there. I'll get supermarket ones from there as well that I can spend, get that a little bit more back, nudging that options up, helping me. Again, it all does really add up over time. So they're the kind of the main places to go. If you haven't tried any of them yet, a number of them also do have welcome offers, which we've listed over on becleverwithyourcash.com, ranging from £1.50 for airtime, £2 for cheddar, £4 for jam donut, up to 20 quid for Top Cashback, £24 for Quidco at the moment. So do have a look at all those. Go to our site, becleverwithyourcash.com, as I said. That will give you those welcome offers the first time you sign up. So that's the basics of it, how it works. You can do it if you want to straight away at the till even. You can see, oh, look, I'm there. I need to spend £42.18. You could buy a gift card there and then for £42.18 if you wish. But sometimes it can take a little bit of time, not always instantaneous. It often is, but not always. So I generally try and do it a little bit in advance before I go to the supermarket. No, I'm going to buy it. And then if there's a bit left over, just use it the next time and just have a few of them on the go. But you can, if you want to, do it right at the till. Maybe test it out, trial and error for your supermarket, see how quick it is for that particular app, what works for you. Now, to give you an idea of how much you could save here as well, again, these rates do change. Sometimes they boost them for a particular day, for 24 hours, for a week, whatever it might be. So it's certainly worth having a look at the different ones. But just to give you an example, looking on Jam Donut this morning before recording, Asda was at 4.75%, Tesco was at 4.1%, Sainsbury's was at 3.1%, and Morrison's was at 3.1% as well. So that, again, all of those rates, much better than you're going to get using that Chase, that Amex, whatever it might be. Then I had a look at Cheddar, and actually Cheddar had 5% at Tesco, so almost a percentage more than you get from Jam Donut, but Asda was lower at 3%. Again, that's because those boosted rates do vary around. It does change. What I would just give you an idea though, so let's say you're getting 3%. I think you get more than that, particularly if you buy them when they're boosted, but it does depend on the different supermarkets and different apps at the time you're going to purchase them. But the average UK supermarket spend per household is £508. That's every month. So over a year, that's just over £6,000. If you were getting 3% on average, that's £183 almost over a year. Extra cash, free money. And okay, if you're going from scratch, you're not getting any cash back on anything right now, 180 quid, brilliant. If you're using a cashback card at 1%, well, you would have got 60 quid back. So you're still 120 quid better off with this 3% average. And obviously, if you were going to get 5% back, I'm not saying you get that all year round, well, then that's going to be even more on top of that. It's going to be nearly £300 a year. So it's definitely well worth giving this a go. Remember, Welcome offers and more details of all these different gift card cashback apps and websites at becleverwithyourcash.com. My name's Andy Webb. Thank you so much for watching. Check out these videos here for more ways to make the most of your money.